Now on to corner orientation, which is a whole lot easier than the edges. Each corner can have only one correct orientation, obviously, but it can have two incorrect. Every corner will have either an up or down color sticker on it, and that's the sticker you want to look at to determine what state of orientation or unorientation you have. An up or down color sticker on the top or bottom of a corner is correctly oriented, like right here. This is green, which is my up color, and it's on the top, so it's correctly oriented. One of the incorrect orientations is like this here. I got a up or down color, and it's here. In order to get it onto the top, this corner has to be twisted counterclockwise. And this here, I've got a up color, and it's not on the top, so it's incorrectly oriented, but in this case, this corner has to be twisted clockwise to get this sticker up here on top. Now I'll run through the two algorithms and setup moves. For corner orientation, corner T is our target. We're going to move whatever corner has to be twisted up here, and corner D is our buffer. Just like with the edge orientation, this piece here will get massaged every time you do an algorithm, but it'll eventually work itself out in the end. Now for the algorithm. This is color coded for a reason, as you'll see shortly. To twist our target piece clockwise, you do the following algorithm: R, U, R prime, U prime. Then repeat that. R, U, R prime, U prime. Then L prime. Followed by U, R, U prime, R prime. Repeat that. U, R, U prime, R prime. Then L. And as you can see here, this corner here, our target, has been turned clockwise. The green, which was on top, is here. The red, which is on the left, is on top. And the blue, which was here, is here. And our buffer got twisted too, but it's twisted anyway. Now for counterclockwise. The moves that you ended the clockwise with, you start the counterclockwise. So our last set of moves for the clockwise was U, R, U prime, R prime. Then do that again. U, R, U prime, R prime. L prime is the same. And then we end with what we started the clockwise with. R, U, R prime, U prime. R, U, R prime, U prime. L. And that gets us back to where we started from. Just like with our edge orientation, our buffer piece can't be disturbed, since it's the UBL corner at the intersection of the up, back, and left faces. Don't turn any of those for your setup moves. We'll start out with T again. It's already in our target, so leave it alone. For N, simply F prime to move it from here to here, and reverse that, F. For corner M, once again we can't do a U2 because then that will move our buffer out of here over to here. So it's a two-step process. First R prime, move it from here to here, then F prime to put it over in our target. The inverse, F, R. D's our buffer, don't touch it. Down to the down face corners. S, just do F to get it up here, inverse F prime. G, you should be able to figure that out yourself. F2. And the inverse, F2 again. For L, it's D prime, bottom layer, 1/4 turn, counterclockwise looking from the bottom. Move it from here to here. Then an F2. Undo, F2, D. R corner here, D, F. Undo for that is F prime, D prime. Now back to the scrambled cube to put all this theory into practice. We'll be using 3 images again. The first one will encompass the top 3 corners in this order, T and M. Second image will be the 2 bottom front corners, S and G, and the third image, the 2 down back corners, L and R. A corner that needs to be twisted counterclockwise, like this one here, is considered to be a left-hand turn and is indicated by the letter L. One like this, it needs to be turned clockwise, is considered a right-hand turn, and a correctly oriented one like this is indicated by a long O sound. So let's start with the top corners. This here needs to be turned counterclockwise, which is an L. The next one here, clockwise, which is an R. And our last one here, correctly oriented, a long O. Since this O is the last letter in the sequence, it can be dropped. So we're left with just L and R. Add some other letters in there and you come up with lure. Attach a lure of your choosing to the second item in your Roman room. Now we go down for the second image. Is down here. Well, look, there's our down color. In order to get it on the bottom, we need to turn this counterclockwise, which is an L. And then here's our down color. To get this down on the bottom, we need an R, or a clockwise turn. That's another LR. You can either use a different type of lure to attach to your previous one, or come up with some other word that starts with LR, like lark or lard or something. Now on to the back 2 here. This one here, to get this sticker on the bottom, requires a clockwise turn or an R. And the last one here is already correctly oriented, a long O. Since that O is the last letter in this sequence, it can be dropped, so we have just an R. How about ear? Attach that to your previous item. For this and the last 2 steps in the solving process, you will have to convert your images into words. Now recall your second Roman room item and the picture that was on that. Then you have to convert that to the word lure, which is the word we need for the top 3 corners here. The L is for this corner here, which means it has to be turned counterclockwise, so we do the counterclockwise corner twister, which is U, R, U prime, R prime, U, R, U prime, R prime, L prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, then L. And as you can see, our down color is on the top here. The next letter in the word was an R, which is a right hand or clockwise turn of this corner. Setup move is just F prime. Then we do the R, or the clockwise corner twister. R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, L prime, U, R, U prime, R prime, U, R, U prime, R prime, L. And then undo the setup move with an F. And there, that's on top. And that's enough for that word. Now we go on to the next one, which was whatever LR word you wanted. So that means LR for these. Move this up into our target and do the counterclockwise corner twister, which I won't say anymore. And undo the setup. And there's my yellow on the bottom. Now the next one was the R. Undo the setups, and there it is. And the last word was ear, which means that our first corner down here, the first of the pair, is an R, or a clockwise. Bring it up into our target, D prime F2, then do the R, undo the setups, and there it's on the bottom where it belongs. And as you can see, our buffer solved itself. So all the tops of the corners are either green or yellow, and all the bottoms of the corners are green or yellow. Well, that was awfully easy, wasn't it? The practice procedure will be the same as for the edge orientation. You do them in 3 groups. Start with the top and go in order T, N, and M. The second group is S and G, and the third L and R. Look at each piece in that order, see if it needs to be twisted, and if so, which direction, and do the correct algorithm. And set up and undo setup moves, of course. Then once you're comfortable with that, you can memorize all 3 and do them while looking to make sure you're not goofing anything up. Then finally, memorize, blind yourself, and execute. I'll now give you a list of the words that I use for the various combinations of L, O, and R. These will also be included in the PDF file that I'll put a link to.
What can wash away my sin? What can make me whole again? Nothing but the blood. Nothing but the blood of Jesus. For my part in this I see, for my cleansing this my plea. Nothing but the blood. Nothing but the blood of Jesus. Oh, precious is the flow that makes me white as snow. No other fount I know. Nothing but the blood of Jesus. Nothing can for sin atone, not of good that I have done. Nothing but the blood. Nothing but the blood of Jesus. This is all my hope and peace. This is all my righteousness. Nothing but the blood. Nothing but the blood of Jesus. Oh, precious is the flow fount I know, nothing but the blood of Jesus. Oh, precious is the flow that makes me white as snow. No other fount I know, nothing but the blood of Jesus.